This is going to be such a fun one. Kingsman going last in their quarterfinals matchup, but today deciding to go first. This is one of those teams where they don't have a super consistent hit order like Na'Vi has been developing over the years, but these guys are a little bit more flexible, sometimes willing to go early, sometimes willing to go late. We'll be seeing what Kingsman is able to bring to the table, but in general, I am just really excited to see both of these teams play. Yesterday, I think these two teams were the only ones doing Lalo attacks.
Yeah, Lalo's starting to come back slowly. We saw a few Queen charge Lalos there, but from Navi's match, the bat spells were used. I'm curious, is there anything else going to be used here in this match? As it's going to be, Zap Lalo straight away that we are seeing Philip coming right on in, taking out the Monolith, but it looks like that multi's there. Probably was just a little too far there for the... I'm trying to see where the other sweeper is. The other sweeper might have been on the other side. Either way, we have the King off to the right, Queen as well. We have the Rocket Spirit that's going to come right on through. The Grand Warden with that out on him, but there's the Earthquake boost right away and moving right in towards that Town Hall.
Philip coming in with a Lalo attack right after I say I hope we get to see more Lalo. He did have the lightning spells, and now he's going with the early Lalo from the left side of the base, the battle blimp for the Town Hall. I don't know if many people noticed, but after this attack had just started, I also saw the swords on the bottom left side of the war map. I really hope we don't have both teams trying to go first here. That might be the case. We might have to end up watching a replay. But looking at this attack, we have the Lalo coming in. There's so many different moving parts. We got the magic mirror from the Queen, extra balloons from the bottom side of the base, and he's actually out of spells, Carbon. Is this fizzling out?
Ooh, he's pushing his way in towards the Eagle as he's trying to get his way through there. As the single target Inferno can go down, but the multi still stays up towards the top side. As this Queen is going to have to push through these ice golems, and wait a second, Kingsman's base may just hold against Philip.
Yeah, looks like it might be the case. That one balloon on the bottom starting to get targeted by the Builder Hut, losing all of its HP and going to the Eagle first. We got the Phoenix, we got the Electric Owl, but I think that scatter shot would be able to stop it. And wow, I mean, I was thinking Synchronic would be one of the teams that could hold up to MMG and could also get a perfect war, but they're leading this match off with a fail.
A 2-star to start it off for Synchronic, but this is hard mode. Remember that. Anything can happen. But the only team to be getting the perfect war yesterday was Milsim MG. So one fail against this team could be the end of the match for you if they don't fail. So now Milsim MG is going to have all the cards. They're going to hold it all here, and if they triple out, they will take it. There's so many more attacks. 9 more attacks still to come in. This Archer is going to try its best. Okay, Archer, you're not going to win this battle. You're not going to win. I think we need to zoom in here. If we're able to zoom here and take a look at this one Archer battling against this Builder Hut, this is a meme here. What's going on?
That poor Archer doing just a tiny bit of damage, and the supercharged Builder Hut easily repairs. The sad thing is after he does a couple repairs, he goes back to the Builder Hut for a few steps, and he thinks all is good.
You know what this reminds me of? This is exactly what it reminds me of for all those players. All those players that get, like, they're progressing. They're moving their way through, upgrading the Town Hall, and they're getting to Town Hall 16. They max it out, and then boom, there's a new Town Hall that comes out. It's just like they can't catch a break. They want to be maxed, but they can't. How many of you in chat right now feel that exact same way? That's what it reminds me of.
That Archer just could not keep up with the supercharged Builder. A little unfortunate there, but it's fun to see the Lalo coming back, but, you know, that one just wasn't able to pull through. Was it any of his heroes in particular that you could tell that just wasn't getting the value he needed?
I think the Queen going down, right? If the Queen stayed up, be able to continue her way through, and unfortunately, the Lalo wasn't able to push through. The big thing in that attack was the Eagle Artillery was safe towards the end. If you leave the Eagle Artillery up, that is a huge problem where the Eagle Artillery shots can hit your balloons and deal so much splash damage. So now, will Tryhard be able to take advantage of that defense that they just got? A defense that they probably did not expect to come in from a player like Philip.
Yeah, very surprising to see a fail come in from the #1 seed at Worlds right away, but you know, it happens. They might also have a good base here, can get a defense of their own. We will see what Tryhard is able to bring to the table, if they're also going to be doing some Lalo attacks, or if they're going to do something maybe we're not expecting.
We'll see. Tryhard's going to come in. I hope it's not going to be the Root Rider Overgrowth, because we've seen many times here today that it's caused 1 stars. And if you 1 star after a defense like that, oh, that will not be good for your team, because that a defense, a 2-star, is a gift. At least that's what it feels like, as now Einstein is gonna kick it off here, coming in with the Queen Charge Lalo. We do have the Frozen Arrow Mirror on the Queen here, but you don't need the healer puppet if you're bringing your own healers.
Yeah, so just to update everybody with the stats, because we are seeing a second synchronic attack in a row. It did look like in that last attack, both teams had attacked at the same time. You can see the stats on the right side of the base, on the right side of the map there. MMG did hit a 3-star, but now Queen Charge Lalo coming in from Einstein, and the Frosty on the Queen has really started to become more popular than the Unicorn. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, the Frosty, I think getting those Frost Mites to jump out from the Queen is kind of helping a bit when you just have the healers themselves to heal up the Queen. So, you know, the damage you get from the charge or the supercharged Expo and things, which might make it so that you want those Frost Mites providing that little bit of protection, as we do see that Warden ability being invested for that King as he pushes his way straight into the core.
Barbarian King with the log launcher and the Grand Warden. This feels so fun. Brings me back to some of those Town Hall 14 days where this sort of Queen Charge Lalo was really popular. The main risk here is Town Hall on the back end. I guess if the Queen looks safe to get all the way around there, it might not be too bad. But look at these supercharged scatter shots and the monolith staying alive, and it's questionable if he's going to be able to take out those defenses in the middle.
Oh, that Queen still got her ability, though, to be able to try to grab the Town Hall. 6 more balloons. The Monolith stays up. We still have the Ricochet Cannon, sending it back in balloons to try to go grab the Rage Spell Town. No, looks like it's going to the Builder Hut. But the Queen and her ability should be able to secure the Town Hall. But this Monolith is going to be nasty, as he does invest that freeze for it.
Freeze coming in clutch, but the magic mirror might be even better. 3 queens can do more damage than 1. Is it going to be enough to get him into the middle and take out the monolith, though? Doesn't look like it.
Does not look like it right there, unfortunately. But this Queen will be going down now. And I do notice it says 1 star over on the side for MMG on the right, but as you take a look at the percentage, it says 20. So that would essentially should be 3 from the first attack from MMG if it came in at the same time, just because every single attack is worth 20% added all the way together for 100. So they're going to fix that. We'll take a look at the stats as they come in, but this is a 2-star that we are seeing now from Einstein. So 2 stars from Philip and then Einstein as well. That is not where you want to be. You need to be getting those 3 stars to have that chance.
Yeah, this is not what we expected from Synchronic. You know, maybe 1 slip up like they had yesterday, but opening the match with 2 2-stars, not something we'd expect from them. This poor Sneaky Goblin, 2 attacks in a row now. We get to see one poor little unit trying its best to get some extra percent, but just not able to get through that wall in time.
That Sneaky Goblin reminds me of when I made the Goblin Maze. I remember trying to sneak that Goblin around, and I remember there was definitely a lot of players playing that, and it was almost their demise because they were playing for so many hours trying to find the best route in the Goblin Maze. For however many you remember that, it's definitely some fun challenges that come into the game. But unfortunately, this was another 2-star there, not able to get it done, and just it's been crazy. 2 stars coming in through this match.
I think he was probably expecting his Barb King, Royal Champion, Log Launcher, all that big unit to be able to make it past the scatter shots and perhaps even get to the Monolith, but he did have a wall break for the Queen to also go in for the Monolith. It felt like he was just kind of winging it. on the fly and hoping somebody would have enough juice to get all the way through those heavy hitting defenses.
As we now get into the next attack, which is Try Hard here. The stats are fixed on the right side. Take a look at that here. As now Try Hard's going to push his way straight to the bottom side into the Eagle with that Queen, as we do have the Lalo. So the Queen charge Lalo, which is crazy. This attack, this war, this match right here, the Queen charge Lalos are coming through when we haven't been seeing it at all this weekend.
Well, I'm loving it. This is still definitely my favorite attack strategy. Again, we're seeing a log launcher with the Queen charge Lalo. Okay, this is real interesting. Frozen arrow on the Queen this time instead of using the Frosty. We got that unicorn, the classic unicorn on the Queen. King with the wall break to go left. And Earthquake Boots, nice, gonna open up a lot of value. Spiky Ball doing damage, and that Phoenix gonna allow King not only to take out the Queen, but now with the Phoenix, he can get a little bit extra value as well.
Yeah, that Queen continues to push straight through into the core of the space. World Champion being placed to the right side with the Headhunters to help take that down, but it's all about keeping this Queen alive. Oh, the healers transferring to the Yetis. You need to stay with that Queen.
Yeti Might's gonna get a little bit of value. That's nice. They actually took out the right side Inferno while the Queen was distracted by Ice Golem, so the healers are still safe for now. We've been able to save the Grand Warden to actually use with the Lalo on this attack, unlike the last one, and with a couple of spells still in his pocket, an Eternal Tome right there to get us safely in toward the Town Hall. I want to say it's looking good, but we got to get past this Giga Poison.
As he moves through that Giga Poison, the Queen goes down, does still have the Raw Champion ability to move through this backside, the Ground Expo and the Multi-Archer Tower, but the King is waiting there. The healers, hopefully, though, have looked like they have moved off to the Raw Champion to heal her up.
Yeah, but let's see. Rocket Spear gonna come in clutch as usual. She actually targets all the remaining defense there before focusing all her efforts on the Barbarian King, and with an entire minute left for cleanup, it's going to be yet another 3-star for MMG, and it looks like our predictions, well, they're starting to lean that way. MMG are 2 for 2.
Cleaning up the final remaining parts of this space, getting it done. Try hard, well done. And MMG is looking strong. That's the way to be. Kicking off this match, 2 fails coming in from Socronic. We saw from Philip and Einstein, unfortunately not able to get it done, but now Millicene getting it done right there, and they are looking good because if they win this match, be able to take on Navi, who's waiting in the grand finals.
Indeed, Navi just biding their time, waiting, but it's fun to see the log launchers being utilized here with some of these Queen charge attacks, because I don't think that has been common at Town Hall 16 at all. Well, to be fair, Queen charge has not been super common with the pros at Town Hall 16 with so many other viable options, but these players are getting really creative here today, so no matter what the defenders are trying to build against, I don't know if you can even predict what you're going to be attacked by.
No idea. You just have to try to defend against the current meta, which was before the Root Riders and Valk. So it was like very easy to predict. Now it's starting to shift, and the Fireball, though, is probably taking precedent. It's taking over everything, but not in this match. Looks like Socronic has completely changed up and going a completely different attack strategy. And the thing with Queen Charges, Queen Charge Lalos, the base designs are completely different right now because of the meta. You can see there's a lot of closed off compartments, which means that you can target walls way easier, which then allows you to Queen Charge into a base. So metas can dictate the way you design bases, which dictates the way you come in with attacks.
Indeed, wall breaking definitely feels easier with all these closed compartments. You can perfectly control where your wall breakers are going to go. We're off to a little bit of a rough start here, having already used our second rage. Queen needs to get through that multi-archer tower before switching targets. She doesn't, which means we might even lose a couple of healers here to this multi-archer tower. I'm not sure if he lost them or if they're still there on 1 HP, but he's already burned through his third rage, and we're barely into the base.
Yeah, King placed to go down to the bottom side here as he invests another rage and an invis for this Queen, securing that town hall as the Yeti is now being placed to the top side to really distract that mortar so the Flame Flinger can continue its way and grab a fantastic value as the Yeti goes directly to that multi and drops another wall break. And look at this. Since these are close compartments, he can directly path this Queen going into the core.
Indeed, he's got no more wall breakers now, so we'll have to wait and see which way Queen's going to go. Lalo from the bottom side, that Lava Hound flying across the map, probably not in the direction he was expecting. Might have expected that Lava Hound to go left with the balloons, but he pops the Warden ability, has the balloons safe for now. The Royal Champion in the mix with the Spirit Fox as well, but
oh no,
the Rage Gem on a Lalo instead of a Healing Tome or a Life Gem. This is an interesting choice.
No way, what is going on here? Okay, and this is why we talked about where has been the Queens versus Lalos. And this might be why. The attack is not coming through. Remember, this is hard mode, so the attack is looking to slowly disappear as we've already invested the Royal Champion. We've got the Flame Flanger trying to go through. The Queen has cloned herself up with that mirror, and it's up to the Super Minions to pick off the enemy Queen. Does exactly that, but the single target Inferno must go down. Otherwise, this Queen, well, I guess she could sacrifice herself with a clone. That works.
We still have one more freeze. I would have liked to see him try to use it on that Scattershot Expo. I think if you drop it right in between, you could freeze both, and the Royal Champion might have gotten through at least one of them. He's going to try to freeze the air defense, send the balloons. Ooh, can they take out the air defense? That'll be so good for the Super Minions if they actually take it out. Come on,
yes.
One more drop. Yes! But the time is so low.
You might be able to get it. Hold on. It's up to the mini on the store to the bottom left. That's my biggest threat. Super Mini's making it to the ground. Expo Queen can help. Going right through this storage. Oh, come on, Simon. Simon, can he get it? Simon does! Wow, that keeps them in this match. Woo, that was a clutch cleanup there. Simon getting it done right down to the wire, and my goodness, it feels so good to be back getting it down to, I guess, potential time fails, because you don't know. The menace before, it was about getting 60-second triples. Time was never a factor, but now it is, and it's great to see.
I had said I wish he used that freeze for the Royal Champion, but having that freeze and two balloons on the back end to get that Wizard Tower and air defense, I think saved it in the end. That was so close. A nice recovery from Simon. I still do think, though, if he had either the Life Gem or the Healing Tome instead of the Rage Gem, the Lalo would have gotten a lot of better value. But I guess you could also argue the Royal Champion with the Grand Warden not having the Rage Gem. Do you think that would have played a difference?
I think the RC under the Warden could have done some work, but I guess I really love seeing attacks done the exact same way, except changing one variable, right? That's the scientific method of what you do for testing. And the one variable would be changing the Warden's Rage Gem to a Healing Tome. How much stronger would this attack have been? You never know. Maybe we'll have to hit it in a friendly challenge in the future. But here we go. Max is now coming in with what looks to be a Skelly Donut Lalo. My goodness, this is one of the harder attacks to do, to drop these invisibility spells so accurately. You definitely don't want to see me do it, because if I do it, I'll use all my spells and get not a single building down.
This is exactly what he did yesterday, the Skelly Donut. He's bringing it back. He did this a lot at Tunnel 15 as well, and he is so good with it. He gets the Clan Castle building, he gets the Monolith, and he even pre-activates the Poison Tower, also uncovering that hidden Tesla farm. But interesting to see afterwards, the follow-up, it's not Lalo. He's got a lot of Dragon Riders.
Oh my, I'm just seeing balloons and I'm calling Lalo. Hold on, these Dragon Riders spawn out of nowhere. My eyes are deceiving me. I gotta put my glasses on. Holy, what is... Yeah, there's no Hound. I don't know what I'm looking at. Maybe I'm trying to predict the future. There's too many Lalo attacks coming in as we are pushing our way into the core, as the Dragon Rider does come out of the Siege Barracks from the bottom side. Town Hall remains into the core with Queen ability still intact.
This is very interesting. The Dragon Rider out of the Siege Barracks is a funny choice here, because unless he's going to combine it with the rest of the Dragon Riders anytime soon, and it doesn't look like that's the case, I can't help but feel like he'd get better value from something else. But look at this magic mirror on the Queen with a Rage Spell. She gets through the wall like it's nothing. He's got 3 raged up Queens to go get the Town Hall. That's great value. And here come the rest of the Dragon Riders with the Rage Gem, the main force from the right side of the base.
1 Queen for a wall? No. 3 Queens queens for a wall? Yes, that's the way you do it in your attack. Sending these Dragon Riders right into the scatter shot, continuing with the freeze. And here is that Rage Gem with that Warden moving his way right on in. Does find a Tornado Trap with the Phoenix, but it's not going to stop him. Max looking strong, and Milliseam MG are looking to coast their way to try to make it to the grand finals.
Those Dragon Riders do so much extra damage thanks to the Rage Gem. They're really over there just two-shotting almost every single defense. It's nice to see. Combine that with the Eternal Tome, and they easily go from 3 o'clock up to 12 o'clock like it's nothing. I don't even know if he lost any of those Dragon Riders from his main army, just the one from the Siege Barracks. A beautiful attack from Max, and MMG are just on a roll.
MMG looking so strong, and that's why I picked them to win it all here this weekend. I mean, you picked Navi, Susie picked Socronic, so it might be Susie's Jakes of why this is happening. For Socronic, I guess we won't know. But unfortunately, Socronic with the fails in their attacks, but it's just been such strong offensive hits from Milliseam MG. They have not been like questionable, barely getting it. It's been dominating attacks from them.
Every single strategy just working out to perfection. Their plans are spot on, and a lot of their plans are not even just, you know, abusing what the common meta is. I mean, sure, they did 1 or 2 Super Witch attacks yesterday, but they're doing more Lalo than anybody else. They're even bringing out Dragon Riders and Skelly Donuts. I mean, they're just all over the place, and they make it look easy.
I wonder if being in person maybe makes it a little bit more of a competitive feel. Right? You've played in person in these types of wars. When you're sitting around the table there, you're like, you know what? I've got something fun. And you get to see their reaction right away from when they watch your attack.
Oh, I definitely think it makes a difference having your teammates or just other clashers around in general, that you feel like you have to focus more. Because when you're just by yourself, you're at your desk, maybe you're on voice chat, you can get distracted, you can get lost in the moment, you're not sure what your teammates are doing. But when you're all sitting there together and you can't help but feel like everybody is watching every single thing you do, I mean, it just makes your focus turn into laser vision.
We're going to see if he can laser right through this base with the Root Riders. Does have that overgrowth. Poison getting launched to the top side. King's ability has been used, but he does come back with the Phoenix, continuing his way around. This could be risky. We've seen this attack strategy result in many 1-stars this weekend.
Very scary indeed. He's going to do this overgrowth extremely delayed as well, as we're already almost a minute into the attack, and he's just now deploying it there on the left side of the base. So he wants to go get everything else on the bottom side first and then come back around for the town hall. Take note of his royal champion on the left side of the base. She's running into traps. She's having to pop her ability so early. I can't tell if the spirit, I think the spirit fox is dead too.
Oh no, wait a second. The Root Riders are super low. There's the druids coming in. The town hall remains. No. Lex, this can, no, this can't, no. Okay, we need our stats. Where's our stats, people? How many Root Rider Velk overgrowth attacks have resulted in 1-stars this weekend? This is insane. I feel like it's almost like 90% of the Root Rider overgrowth attacks have directly resulted in a 1-star.
Oh, and the red bombs to kill that last healer, just to put the nail in the coffin. The walls are not open for Queen to go to the town hall either, so even though he has the rage, he has the freeze, Queen just won't even go there.
Wow.
He's gonna have to just use these spells for extra % on the outside and accept the 1-star.
My goodness. That is another fail, but it's a 1-star in this match here, which means that at this point, Socronic have an extra attack used, but Milliseam MG are up on stars. Absolutely wild. Not the match that Socronic was hoping for. And that means that Milliseam MG are going to be essentially, I mean, unless something crazy happens that we've never seen before, going to be advancing to the grand finals. I can't even jinx this. I can't jinx this. There's no way, right?
If anybody can double jinx it and bring it back to make it a closer match, I think it's you.
No. Right? There's no way. It's just not possible. I guess we'll have to see what Nachoa could do with this next attack for Milsim.
This war definitely looking more one-sided than we expected, though. I mean, I think we were both expecting this to be a major shootout on offense, just 3-star after 3-star after 3-star. So it is kind of crazy to see Synchronic just not able to get things done, attack after attack after attack. And you know, I don't even know if there's that much pressure on MMG anymore. I mean, they've got to be sitting there all together, you know, just singing their happy songs, dancing. They keep getting defenses, and they don't even expect it.
Yeah, they're just continuing right on through. No worries, as Nachoa is going to come right here. We've got the spiky ball. We've got a fireball going to come right on in, and that Grand Warden is placed to the bottom. Let's see, what kind of value with 4? Invis. Okay, it's not for earthquakes, because if you go for earthquakes, then you try to pair in a giant arrow to snipe that town hall here in hard mode. And fireball, fireball, fireball. Ooh, that was a nice one. Setting it right on in to grab the multi and the ricochet cannon, plus plenty of other value, but that clan caster remains standing.
And I'm just being told by production to explain to you guys what happened at the very beginning. They did have both teams go in with an attack at the same time. There's a little bit of misunderstanding on which team was supposed to attack first, but there's not going to be any penalty for that, as we were able to continue on afterwards. And so jumping back into this attack, we have Nachoa going in with the super witches, as Carbon just explained. He's got 2 druids, and I have been seeing this weekend where a lot of these teams are bringing some extra druids, but they're not using them until way later in the attack.
Yes, the druids did receive a little bit of, well, not a little bit, quite a bit of a nerf. So you don't see mass amounts of druids. They can come in at like specialty, come in with a certain area to try to heal up. As he moves his way in, doesn't have a jump spell, which a lot of times we do see jump spells being used with the Super Witch, but in this case didn't need it because the Earthquake Boots of the King completely opened up the middle of this base, but he will have to experience that Town Hall Explosion and the poison effect of it.
Earthquake Boots, the King going to ability so early. We will have easy access to the Town Hall here, but now I feel like the Royal Champion has a lot of work to do. I feel like half the defenses are still up on this base, and we're already down to the final minute. He does have a couple of spells to help out, and he's going to have to decide how many he wants to invest on the Super Witches and what he wants to give toward the Royal Champion.
Yeah, with our RC ability still intact, a freeze left over, trying to be able to be used. The Druid is going to transform into the bear here, provide some tanking. Nope, never mind. Find the spring trap. Bye-bye, bear. As the queen continues her way for this RC, and a freeze should be enough here.
Haste File, Hog Rider Puppet, that's definitely not been the most common combo for her this weekend. We've been seeing a lot of Rocket Spears, but you never know. Maybe some of these players like Nachoa haven't gotten all the ores to level up their Rocket Spears. So the Haste File, Hog Rider Puppet gets the job done. We're going to eliminate all the defenses, but is time going to be an issue here yet again, or is the Royal Champion fast enough?
I think the RC is fast enough with that queen getting through the wall here. She'll be able to reach over, help work onto that storage just in time. And Nachoa does deliver the 3-star yet again for Milsim MG. Fantastic job. And you talk about ores and upgrading your equipment. Since this is hard mode, the equipment is capped. Regular equipment is capped at level 15. While epic equipment is capped at level 21. So these pro players, or anyone that typically plays in hard mode, doesn't have to upgrade their equipment as high, meaning they could spread their ore out once they reach those levels.
They could indeed. It just depends on how much they value, you know, maybe their Legends League attacks or their normal clan wars and want to get some of those epic equipments all the way up to level 27, or just try to get all their epics up to level 21, as you mentioned. But MMG, I mean, it just seems like there's nothing that could slow these guys down right now.
No, not at all. They are looking fantastic, going to continue to push right on through and make their way to the grand finals. And I mean, Navi is waiting there. Navi versus an MMG team, that could be a world final matchup. Maybe is it going to be kind of a show match in a sense to give us an idea of what we could see, because they both have golden tickets. Both these teams right here have golden tickets. But of course, Synchronic is probably saying this performance is not reflective of what you're going to see in Worlds. This is just not their match. Things are not going according to plan for them.
Yeah, and there's still plenty of weeks before Worlds for these teams to really focus up and make some adjustments. We are kind of in the early stages of the most recent meta. That new hard mode, only a couple weeks old, and the Druid nerf that just happened like last week. Some of these teams might still be adjusting to that, but let's see what General X gonna be able to bring to the table here to help his team, you know, at least get some pride points moving forward.
And another thing about MMG, since they are in a boot camp right now, meaning they are all in person playing together, not only do you play this tournament together, but as you're just relaxing and just chilling out, they could also be playing friendly challenges, competing in the game against each other and doing other things. So while maybe if you're at home, not in a boot camp together, you're working, get things done, and you don't continue to play Clash for a bit, you take a break. Oh no. I say that.
Oh, the fireball
General
goes
X.
the wrong way.
See,
Man, I feel like this happens every day though.
okay, I have done attacks like this, and what I find to be effective is instead of going with all those invisibility spells, you go with 2 overgrowth. Just overgrowth 2 different sides, and then you have plenty of time to react with the fireball and then drop extra invis to fly that fireball all the way into the core.
Yeah, that's interesting. We have seen a couple of players, like even Klaus, I think, use that overgrowth for a fireball in the past. King and Queen going for the Town Hall on the bottom side. Royal Champion on the right side having to use her ability early. Is that a Hog Rider Puppet Rocket Spear combo? That's interesting.
No, the RC is picking off that Ricochet cannon to the right side, continuing through as Teslas have popped up. Super Minions coming out of the Siege Barracks on the bottom side, removing the Ice Cone, but the RC is now dead. Does have 8 rocket balloons to send in, but unfortunately, there is a lot remaining in the core.
Yeah, I think a lot here just not going to plan, and you could tell Synchronic are just having a rough match. This one's going to end in a 2-star, 70%, and it's just not their day.
Not their day at all. You can see from them, especially when the 1-star, things like that, fails, anything like that is devastating, and it hits your team's morale, especially when the other team isn't failing, and you already know the result of this match, and it's just Synchronic's not their day. But what this could do, granted, of course, you want to win, because if you win it all, you do take home $7,500, but this could fuel the fire for them. This could be like, the last time people saw us, we did not perform well at all. But if you do turn around, that means then you can come back for Worlds and be ready to go. Oh my goodness. No. Okay. Oh, no.
Perfect timing.
Production, you didn't have to do this to them. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is cold. Oh my goodness. Okay, so essentially, if that doesn't happen to you, then you're not a true fireball attacker. I talked about it yesterday, but yeah, that image right there speaks volumes.
You try to get that fireball to go right where you want it to, but nope. You miscount the tiles by even just a little bit, and it goes the complete wrong direction.
Yeah, Mike, that was a good one. That was a good one right there. Oh wow. Okay, you know, I'm gonna have to use that in some of my videos and exactly when the fireball goes in the wrong direction. Susie, wait, what? Did I say? No, I didn't say anything. We have now Temper coming in for Millicene MG. Let's see.
Team are going to be the final attack for MMG here. Can they get 2 perfect wars in a row? They were the only team to make it happen yesterday, and they're looking to do it again here today and really make a statement going into the grand finals. And yet again, we get to see a Queen charge Lalo. The MMG have been loving the Lalo so far today.
With the start of the Queen down to the bottom side, and this time it is the Lalo, okay? We've got the Lava Hound. I'm calling it right now, Dragon Riders, like Max brought in his attack, as gonna push in. And notice we do have, wait a second, is that a Poison Lizard on the Royal Champion, I'm saying?
Poison Lizard on the Royal Champion. Now that is a pairing that I don't think I have seen very often, if at all. Wow. We'll have to keep an eye on that, see if that Poison Lizard actually gets good value. Nice early battle blimp, no spells invested for the Yetis there, just meant to snipe an Inferno Tower set a funnel for the Queen Walk, and pull out the defensive Clan Castle troops.
As this queen's going to slowly push away into the... Oh, gosh, the scatter invis. Oh, my gosh, keeping that queen alive. Temper does exactly that. Almost lost the queen, but able to react on the fly.
That was a great use of the invis. I do think that worked out way better than using a freeze as well, because while the ice golems were invisible, she not only took out the enemy champion, but she also got the scatter shot before switching back over to the ice golems. That could have potentially saved him from having to use even more spells to keep her alive.
Now this wall break is going to go all the way into the middle, open up this compartment, and the queen is going to have access to everything, including the town hall. Let's see, this King's going to push his way up a little bit. Oh, I guess that's another way to open the walls there.
That was cool. So, I mean, we had the wall break, but we also got the earthquake boost just in case any wall breaks don't work out. Queen has access to so much of the base now. She'll be able to get the Rage Tower. She'll be able to get the Town Hall, easy peasy. And now we've got the Lalo coming in from the right side of the base with the Royal Champion. And I think he has a life gem in combo with the Eternal Tome.
Yeah, with that Warden ability now going off, the balloon's going to haste their way around to the right. The Queen securing the Town Hall, pathing his way into that multi. Poison does get launched, but there's a lot of balloons. But red air bombs, the poison, that might be a little bit of a problem here. Hang on, but the healing tome I think is on that Warden, really helping these balloons.
Yeah, that's one of the downsides to the life gem compared to the healing tome. The life gem might be better to keep balloons alive against, wizard towers, against archer towers. They simply have more HP. However, red bombs are a huge problem because you don't have that healing tome, but I don't think it seems to matter here. That queen charge was so well executed. He probably could have had any equipments he wanted on the Grand Warden, and this still would have pulled through.
Well done. Getting it there, and Temper coming in, and Millicene MG just coasting their way to a victory, and they will be moving on to the grand finals to take on none other than Navi. What a grand finals we're gonna have, and since this is single elimination, the grand finals is one match and done. No best of two, no best of three, just one match, and that is it to see who's gonna be crowned the champion coming up next.
Indeed. Awesome performance from MMG. We'll get to see a couple quick clips of their highlights here, but they are just on a roll this weekend. The only team to hit a perfect war, and not only that, they've done it twice now, so definitely making me a little nervous for my predictions, not choosing them to win the whole thing.
Yeah. That's why I picked Millicene MG. They're continuing with the perfects coming right on through. Doesn't look like they can be stopped. Wait, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that they. I don't want to say.
You're getting
I'm getting ahead of myself.
We even get
I'm
into
getting
the
ahead
match.
of myself. I mean, I did predict that they were going to win it. So I guess now, Lex, it's my prediction against your prediction. Who is going to be correct?
Indeed. We don't know. I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. I mean, as far as how the teams are performing this weekend, it looks like MMG have got to be the favorites right now. However, MMG have never won a world championship. Navi have that.
Okay.
And Navi somehow always find a way to win under pressure, whether it's getting a defense nobody expected or all of a sudden turning things around, and when they need to, they actually do hit the perfect war. I have a feeling this grand finals is going to be extremely close.
It is. It's going to be an amazing match. But Navi, they know they have to turn around. And the one player who I didn't think I would have to call out to say we have to keep our eyes on to see if he can pull through is Klaus. He's failed back-to-back matches so far this weekend. And in order to even compete against Millicene MG, you're going to have to perfect, because that's what they've done here so far. So Navi knows exactly this, so I think it's going to put even more pressure on Navi to have to perform.